Most agency owners think growth comes from doing more industries, more services, more leads, more control. But listen as Daniel Dramshev, he built a 30-person agency and found out he learned the opposite. He had to learn, though, to stop micromanaging and built a team bold enough to tell him, Daniel, you don't belong in the day-to-day, you don't belong in here. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another amazing episode of From Grind to Gold. Today, we've got a really amazing guy, Daniel Dramshev. He's in Germany.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tony, for inviting me, for having me. Hello, everybody.
So tell me a little bit about what you do and what's Daniel's day-to-day look like? What do you do every day in your agency?
I can tell you from the very beginning that I'm not the best role model. That's 100% because I'm in the business for many years already, and I feel that only at this point I'm starting really I don't know, delegating it the right way, and at this point actually I build a team which I can definitely trust that they will do it better than me, and I'm trying to keep less control on what's going on in the company, and really they do it even better than if I would be there. But it took me really long time to come to this point when I can let it go. Not just let it go, like I don't know how to explain it the correct way, but I think you're getting what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it is a little bit of letting go. Letting go is a good thing, you know. It's but it's difficult. That's why it takes a lot of people time, I think.
Yeah, it's more psychological. I think it's all this business success it comes from here. It's not only from the energy. So I understand that I used to spend a lot of time controlling all the microprocesses and all the processes in each project, and that was okay. That was the time for it. Maybe I was, I don't know, trying to learn something there. But I think, yeah, if somebody's watching and thinking and thinking the same way, you can do it faster, maybe, or you can also pass the spirit. I don't know, for several years as I did, but anyway, yeah. So it was evolving actually. In the beginning, I was more in marketing and sales. Then we started growing the team, and actually, for after I think around 5 years, it took me to understand that okay, we need to build the structure of the team, the organization structure, and I started building this org structure. Right now, when we almost build this structure, we have news like AI is coming, and maybe the structure should be different. Maybe you have to build, like, not maybe, but you have to build right now an AI native or AI driven agency. So the structure may be different right now, say AI centered or something like that. So it's evolving all the time. I'm happy that right now and at this point, I really have a team, and we built very good relationships, and they're experts, and they do a lot of things better than I would do if I were there in that place.
So when you look at your week, and I'm not comparing or judging or anything, but just what is your what are some of the things that you do for your team right now, week to week? And you might say, hey, I'm still in the mix. I still have to close sales. I still have to do whatever. But what's your week like?
Right now, yeah, thanks again to the work structure, organization structure, which we built. Right now, I have a manager, the C-level manager, and she helps me to manage all the operational stuff. So, and they don't let me in to the projects or processes. So this works very good. So I gave them that not and both responsibility and also that power, so they can say, Daniel, it's closed here, so we are not allowed to to manage here some stuff, or okay, recommendations are welcome, but I'm not in the processes, and I'm not working with the projects. I can be as guy who have his own ideas, or I can suggest some things, but they are allowed, the team is allowed not to listen to me what to do. So they are allowed to do it on their own. And so for sure I have some free time. As you can imagine, though, and when I have this time, firstly, in the beginning, I started again to come back to micromanagement and understand, okay, what we can do here, or what we can do better here, and then and there. And they said again, Daniel, please do your thing. Yeah, do your thing. We don't need you here. And then I understood, okay, so I need to focus on my tasks and what I can do better, and where actually what is possible or what can be done by me only. And this is why I understood, okay, it's very important that I can coach the team, I can um, bring them some new information and new insights from the conferences, from my personal experience in networking, and so on. So this is what I do when on the constantly basis. I'm helping with the education of the team, and coaching the team from the expertise, and so I'm trying to again to influence somehow on the to influence the results which they can get with the project, but through education, not through micromanagement. That's what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do with myself is I'm trying to understand where I can put too much control, and I'm trying to uh, have less control in my life, in business, and everywhere.
So you
So
you
what?
learned you
Yep.
learned it you learned by, paying attention, like we all good business owners do. They kind of pay attention to a lot of different things. They might read books, they might hear it. Hearing it, reading it is much different, I've found, than doing it. And so this is the reason why I built the five archetypes,
Mm-hmm.
because to me, after I've gone through it, the hardest part was the psychological piece of looking at myself and making sure that I did the right things and I changed my behavior. That was the hardest part for me. Like, I had to be the one to change it. It was nobody else, because you're used to directing, like, oh, can you do this? Or, oh, this is our plan here. Or, oh, and you're used to looking at everybody out there. And this one was boop, you know, like, oh crap, like, I'm actually going to have to do this. What does that mean? That's what spurred on the five archetypes, because I thought, oh, this is a hard one for me. I don't know. What was your experience when you
It was more or less the same. I just understood that we had a strategy session. We have those strategy sessions each year. And together with the team, we were discovering what are the things which slow us down, or where we have this bottleneck, which doesn't allow us to grow. And a lot of the time, that was, as you said, that was me, because all the issues, they has to be, it's
Yeah.
Daniel
Well,
has to
you come
decide.
in with a ton of energy and everybody looks at you as the owner because you're the owner. And if your thought process, you're jumping around with energy on everything that you do, and let's do this, and how about this? And it's like
Yeah,
you start all, at least this is what I did, start all these fires for people instead of just eliminating all of that and going, well, what are the simple things that we can do to improve? And when they come back to you and say, well, it'd be nice if you weren't in those conversations,
yeah.
it's a little bit, I have to say, it was like, oh, there was a little bit of me that my feelings were hurt, but
Mhm.
I, you know, you have to get over that. You have to, like, eat a little bit of humble pie, as my mom used to say.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. So
but
that was, I think
is
that
that
was,
your experience too, or did you have
yeah.
a
I
different
think
one?
that was there when the team, they told me actually that, Daniel, let's do this. Let's stop your attention at these issues and these processes. So you're not involved anymore there, but you do this stuff because this is better. So you go to the conferences, do your networking, do presentations, do workshops, do some media stuff, do YouTube podcasts, and so on. So right now, I'm targeted to this direction, and I'm focused here, and my energy will soon start flowing only in that direction. But actually, I just I believe that everybody should go through this process. I mean, if we're talking to agency owners, I believe that maybe those guys are watching. Of course, in the beginning, I think everybody will do the same things and control everything and try to do everything themselves. But then when you have, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 projects in the team, in your agency, then you understand that you cannot handle everything and you are not the best guy in the team. Maybe if you find um, people who are doing something better than you, this is the actually this and some at some point that was my insight that this is my job to find right people, and I was spending a lot of time there.
Hey, thank you for watching today's video. Wanted to take a little break here and ask you something. If you are a marketing agency owner and you're feeling successful about what you're doing in your agency, you're making money, things are going well, but you feel a little bit trapped and you're kind of searching for that next thing, that next big thing to solve, I just encourage you to stop for a second. And before you decide what to do next, learn your agency owner archetype. It's free. It teaches you about your personality and your identity and why your identity keeps you in a loop of making the same move over and over again, and makes it so that you and your agency are kind of stuck in the same place. Anyway, it's a great report. It only takes a few minutes to fill out. Get your agency owner archetype today, and thanks for watching. What do you want your life to look like in 3 years? How do you envision it?
That's a good question. You talked about the freedom, and we talk about that a lot of the times on the meetings and the community gatherings. I mean, when we speak even to the agency peers, and I understand that for me, the freedom is to do the work which I like. And I like marketing, but I don't like operations. So I understand that I need to get rid of the operations and let the team cook and let the team do the operations. And myself, I see as a marketer who understands and who actually uses the AI, understands everything, how it works at that moment, and have this feeling of the development and where it's going to. And I would also love to do what I really like. I would like to be involved more in some educational stuff, through media, through YouTube. This is why I'm starting we have started actually last year, the HVAC marketing school. So it's together with ecosystem for HVAC contractors to help them to grow, to help them maybe understand some things, some marketing stuff better. And for us, it's really almost nothing because we just share our expertise. And I understand that I have enough. I can share it free of charge through YouTube and through workshops. And
Yeah.
of course, it helps also our business. Sometimes we get clients out of that. But the main idea is to actually educate myself to be like very experienced in marketing and sales. Also, I'm also interested in marketing and sales, like all this kind of business development, and share it. So I don't have a clear picture, but I understand that I'm somewhere there in the
Right.
educational direction, interviewing people and sharing that information, and also sharing my expertise. I don't know, through some courses or through a YouTube channel. This is easier. And this is where I see myself. And also coaching my team, because this is very important. I understand that the more I coach myself, the more I understand what's going on and what will be maybe in the future. This is what I actually can share to my team and to everybody who is in my circle.
Right. right. As the business scales, there's some time I think spent on coaching and evolving their leadership skills, just like you had to at that stage.
Yeah, but
Um, that's
not
one
bad.
thing
But
that interests me is really providing leadership because I think with AI, a lot of people, smart people, are going to be able to build good systems, and um, when it comes to what I call back office systems for agencies, um, you have smart people that have built pieces of a back office system in their own agency, but then there's others where there's gaps. Um, but the other thing that I'm really noticing is, and curious to understand how you think is, looking at your agency as not you, but a separate thing, as an asset, a valuable asset vehicle that affords you the ability to go do the things you want to do. And looking at it in a different way versus this is, and this may happen, earlier in the agency journey, or, and it, after a while, I mean, you're probably past this, but I just want to know, how you think about it, because what also holds agency owners down is when they think they're the agency, and really the agency is this whole separate thing. Like, Tony doesn't want to get rid of you. I'm being really harsh here, but the agency needs to make a change. It wasn't me. I'd keep everybody if it were up to me, but the agency doesn't work that way. And that's hard for some people to make that adjustment. You've probably made it a while ago, I bet.
I think that it's somewhere still in the middle. So I'm not 100% um, separated yet. So
Yeah.
it's still there. So I understand that. You see, a net rocket here, net rocket there,
You live
net
it.
rocket
I love the
there.
American flag. I love the American flag.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, me too. So it's like net rocket is everywhere, and even the girls. I mean my daughters, they understand that father is net rocket. So even they understand that it's a lot of things to do with net rocket and me. But psychologically, I understand that I'm more separated right now than I was in the very beginning, because in the very beginning
Dude.
I thought like if somebody says something bad about, I don't know, network, it was like they're saying about me. But right now it's not. I mean,
Okay.
it's it's better. So we have some separation already with the, I mean, me and the company or the business. But still, I'm still there. And I think you asked about the 3 years in future. So this is where I would definitely would like to be more separated, uh, as an adult, who understands, okay, this is me, this is my business. I love it. I like it. I promote it everywhere, but we are not the same creature. We are not the same person. We are not something like we're
Yeah.
separated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what I want
Well,
to
you
build.
have to wear
This
the
is actually
badge
what,
for a while, right?
huh?
You have to wear the logo. You have to be in it. You have to, that's a lot of reason why people end up, if they see you online and you're passionate about NetRocket and you're passionate about education, and you're like, they get a sense for maybe not who they're going to work with, but what the team that they're going to work with is going to have, you know, eh, the experience they might have. So you still, I think, have to do that. And really, if there's a gentleman, his name is Jason Swank. He's got a new book coming out, and it's about the five evolutions you have to make as an agency owner to really become the owner. And he talks about going from an operator to a manager to an architect of systems to the CEO, and then really to the owner. And it sounds like you're kind of in that CEO seat right now. So I thought that was really fascinating because it aligns itself with the archetype stuff I've been working on, and kind of our psyche and how we go in loops sometimes, and our personality doesn't get us out of that loop at times. But it's a process and it's an evolution. And so the reason why I love all the time we talk together, whether it's on your podcast or, whether it's just in the hall at the event or whenever, I always see that energy coming through. It's just like, oh my gosh, that's infectious. So I love what you say. I love what you're doing. We'll obviously talk more as this thing evolves, but thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And by the way, one more thing I wanted to add. I just realized that I learned so much from our clients, and in this thing as well. I mean, when I'm looking, we were serving mostly not mostly, but the 8-figure HVAC companies there are in our portfolio. And also there are smaller businesses who are only businesses who are doing like 2, 3 million, 5 million, and I see how they're growing. And what I realized, I see the companies which are very slow, then they're not, and I see the owners, and I see why. They're not delegating things. They didn't went this path all the way to the top. They stopped somewhere. They stuck. So actually, I understand that NetRocket is built the service business the same as HVAC business. So firstly, you start as technician, then you got helper, then you got bigger team, then you understand, okay, you got more in the sales. Then you have, again, bigger team and you build in some structure. And I see the guys, they do the same stuff. They do the same things. And those who are very good in management and delegation and sales and building the systems, those are the 8 figures and more companies. And I'm happy that I can see this and I can talk to them and I can learn this from them as well. I see, okay, these guys, they stopped here. Why? Because they didn't do a lot of things which those guys who are bigger, they did that. So they found partners. They built the really powerful, very strong team. They coach the team. They build the educational system inside the team. They use CRMs, which are quite expensive. And I understand, okay, it's just business, the different business, but still it works more or less the same. Yeah, so this was my insight, that in the agency business, when I'm serving the B2B, the other businesses, I can learn a lot from them, from those guys who are clients.
Absolutely. I have the privilege of talking to a lot of agency owners that are all at different stages of their evolution. And even I still learn, that part of me is when I have these conversations, I'm like, oh, there's a little nugget there that I can, that I learned from, that Daniel talked about. I never thought about it that way before. So it's always, it's the same conversation about the same stuff, but it amazes me the different perspectives that come across. And you're totally right. You can learn from clients all the time. I'm trying to think. One of the things that I learned, like, for example, one of my partners came from T-Mobile and Starbucks and is really a brand like, he understands what it means to have a brand and to own a brand. And he's really focused on challenger brands. And what is a challenger brand? Well, it's really a business that has a lot of good things going for it. It's generating a lot of revenue, but it's trying to carve out market share from a bigger competitor. And that bigger competitor is probably spending more money than they are. So they have to be smarter with their money and their investment in how do you carve out that market share. And before he told that story, that whole picture never even popped in my head before. And so you're absolutely right, learning from everybody that you interact with. And it's funny once you get to a point where you have a, I mean, let's face it, you have a little bit of money, you have a little bit of time, you get to choose the relationships that you get to have and who you get to work with and who you get to talk with and what you do. And, if your purpose is educating people, educating your team, educating your client base, educating the industry, I mean, that's a big purpose, and take this from Tony Robbins. He talks, and I haven't been to one of his events or anything, but listen to him every now and again. And the one thing that stuck out to me is like, hey, when people find their true purpose, it pulls them to it.
Yeah. And it gives you a lot of energy. It gives you a lot of
push
energy.
your way there.
Mhm.
And I listened to that and I was like, oh my gosh, you never run out of energy if it's pulling you to it.
Correct.
So I love that you're all about education and coaching up everybody, and the energy you do it with is amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. I visited Tony Robbins events, and he like, I really feel it, what he's saying. Yeah, that's true. And I hear that a lot in the podcast about this, and the books as well. So definitely, this is why my recommendation for those guys who are in the agency business would be the same what I told to myself. I said, okay, just find the thing which you love the best in the agency process which you're doing. And this is where you have to be, and this is where you will have a lot of energy, and this is where, like, this is the best setup. And for the rest of the pieces, for the rest of the tasks, you just need to find the right people who also love those parts, and this just works very well.
Yeah. Find out what's pulling you and why.
Mm-hmm.
Go do that and get rid of the things that aren't pulling you.
Yeah.
It
If I don't
seems
like
simple,
it, I'm just
but
trying to think who is the best person in the team to give it to that person. And
that thing is probably in their like, ideally that thing that you give away is the thing that they want to do.
yeah, they love it. It's their talent, and you just need to understand who wants to do what, and you keep yourself to myself. Let me give these recommendations to me. So I keep myself in that field where I'm really the best person, and I really love it, and I feel a lot of love and energy. So this is where I will be keeping myself
Yeah.
for the next time.
Be the best
Developing the business.
person. Be the best person for that work. Be the best person for your family. And you're only as good as you can only be better than yourself, you know. Um,
Yeah,
that's
not
another
comparing to
thing. You
others.
can't be better than anybody else. You can only be better than yourself. And where
Right.
you end, that's all your pursuit should be. And it simplifies it down so much. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Hey Daniel, thank you for your time. I'm glad we went a little extra mile there, and really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.